So Paul, we're here at London Film and Comic Con today. It's great to see you. What have you been enjoying about the event so far?
It's sociable. This is what I like. It can be a bit relentless. Particularly like signing your name 1,000 and odd times. That can be a little bit relentless. Have you ever written your name over and over and over and over and over? Because it morphs into something else. Mine currently it was Pam Ferris for about 2 hours, then Phil Collins, and now who is it now? Paul Newman.
I like it. A man of many guises.
A what?
A man of many guises.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Man of that, Lon Chaney, a man of 1,000 faces. Yeah.
Of course, I'm sure lots of people have been talking to you about Doctor Who today. What are your favourite memories from your time in the TARDIS?
Considering it was only 6 weeks, I was Doctor Who for 6 weeks, whatever it was, 17 years ago, so it was brief. I can't remember that much about it, actually, to be perfectly honest. I can remember, because our children were little, I can remember them being around. I can remember a lot of green screen stuff. I can remember kissing Daphne Ashbrook and having to glue a wig onto my head every morning. My hair was really short, about this long underneath it. And they freaked out, so they put this full wig on my head every morning. And when I look at it now, I can see, it was a bit like having been botoxed. I didn't quite have all the expression I probably could have used.
I mean, what was that like when you're having to do that every day? You think, oh my God.
It was a pain in the arse, to be perfectly honest. And it was a bit of a vanity buster as well. I thought I looked cool. And I said to them, because I just played this soldier boy part, and I said, come on, man, I said, Doctor Who should look a little bit tasty, a little bit tough. And why don't I wear a leather jacket? And they said, absolutely no way. So they said, no, man, Doctor Who's got to be like, soft and wearing a cravat and be... So as soon as like Chris Eccleston turns up 7 years later, whatever it was, what does he have, like buzz-cut leather jacket? I was gutted.
You're like, he stole my look.
Yeah, he stole me thunder.
What do you think of this new generation of Doctor Who's?
They've certainly got prettier, a little bit more symmetrical. I'm not bitter. A little bit more symmetrical, a little bit cleverer than we were. But it's great. It's really exciting, isn't it? When we did that movie pilot, whatever you call it, just 16, 17 years ago, it could have been that Doctor Who would die then. It could have been over. And now it's inconceivable. It looks good for another 100 years, So we did something right. I like to think that, not that we needed vindicating, but we were part of the reason perhaps why it never quite disappeared. And although it was 9-10 years later, we were perhaps partly responsible for its returning. I like to think so anyway.
And here we are in the 50th anniversary year as well. I mean, are you kind of a fan of Doctor Who? Have you got ideas about what you'd like to see in the show?
To be perfectly honest with you, I was never a fan. Not like, because now I know what fans are, what constitutes a fan. I mean, we watched it as kids. I was a kid in the 60s and everyone watched it because there was only 3 channels. Everybody watched it. But I was never... Ralph McTell. I rest my case. I've turned into Ralph McTell. I just think it's great what's happened. And particularly, great idea Peter Capaldi's going to take over. Proper fan, brilliant actor, lovely man, incidentally. Like David Tennant, Matt Smith. So it's in good hands,
What do you think Peter will bring to the show?
I think he'll bring the kind of old-fashioned, scary gravitas that my favourite William Hartnell had. He'll bring some of that. I think it was probably about time that they went back into a middle-aged Doctor. Again, I'm not bitter. But he'll bring a real, like I say, a fierce intelligence and a fatherly thing, because that's also part of it. Doctor Who the Doctor is... He's many-faceted. He's this fugitive, almost adolescent sometimes. But there's, if you look at William Hartnell and certainly, what's his name? Who flew around the North Circular in a hovercraft? John Pertwee. Didn't know that, did you? And with Miss Walthamstow, 1974. John Pertwee was the same. He had that proper gravitas. I think Peter will have that. I think it's in great hands. It's in safe hands.
We're looking forward to
And
seeing him.
hopefully he'll swear like a trooper, like Malcolm Tucker. I think we're all secretly hoping that he will.
Definitely. A bit of Tucker in there, definitely. I'd love to see that. I mean, obviously there's still lots of speculation going on as we near the date for the 50th anniversary special, 23rd of November.
Well, it's only 50 days away now, this 50th. I was a bit dismayed because I always wanted to be in a 3D, anything. Even like Jaws 3D, I'd love to have been in any old thing, any old rubbish. So I was a bit gutted when I heard that, that's what it was going to be like. But no, there's no McCoy, there's no, we're not in it. Nor are we in the Christmas special, let me tell you. I don't think so, anyway. Not unless they're going to shoot it next week. But there's all kinds of rumours and counter-rumours and everything doing the rounds. But one gets tired of trying to refute things on Twitter and the like. But take it from me, I'm not in it.
We would have liked you to be in it, obviously, but we heard it from the horse's mouth now.
Yeah, but the thing about the Doctor and Doctor Who, of course, is that if not now, then maybe some other time. Because that's the beauty of it. We can always come back.
Yeah, exactly. And what about as well being on a 50th anniversary stamp this year as well? How did you feel about that?
You know what? I was honoured. It's an honour, of course, to be on a stamp. To be alive and to be on a British stamp is an honour. One of my sons actually was absolutely thrilled by it. He said, "Dad, that's got to be the most impressive thing that you've ever done." And I'd never thought of it like that. But in a way, he's right.
You've also, of course, been Doctor in audio plays as well. I mean, what's that like, going from the sound stage to just a sound booth?
I love radio. I love audio. And and I'd be happy to continue for as long as they want to on audio. I think audio is great. A lot of actors do. You can wear your own clothes and you don't have to learn the lines, so there's that. But it's sociable and it's a hoot, to do them. And of course, most of the imaginative work is done by the audience. You have to properly engage with it. It's more than just about a look, the way that you look, So it's fun. I love that.
And it's in a Ministry of Chance, is it? You've done recently as well, and that's going to be a film, maybe?
Ministry of Chance is a bunch of audios, but in a couple of weeks we shoot the first bit of a full-length feature. It's going to be an ongoing process. We're going to have to shoot the first bit and then try and get funding for, the next stage of it. But watch this space. That will be good.
And who else is in that with you?
I don't know. It seems to change every day. I know. I heard that Tim McInerney's going to be my nemesis, or my father, I think, in the thing. McCoy's in it. Yeah. But also, there's going to be people in it that have contributed to the making of it, which is what a good idea. So if you were in somewhere responsible, or you even just sent a bit of money and you can be in the thing. Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Well, we've enjoyed speaking to you here. Thanks so much for your time, Paul.
My pleasure. It's been lovely to talk to you.